Alrighty, hello. Sorry, I'm slightly moving y'all still. Hello, how are you? Happy Sunday. It is a wonderful, sunny, slightly overcast day today. It was raining all of yesterday pretty much, so I'm sort of glad to see a little bit of sunshine. But yeah, so hello, welcome. And we are now in week 2 of 2021. Hopefully things get a little bit better than they have been for for the first week. So interesting. I was trying to set up this week's streams, and the 13th is Wednesday. It's the new moon, the first new moon of the year. But it was also, I thought Friday would be the Ides because it's the 15th, but apparently the Ides of January is the 13th. And I'm not entirely sure if that's because of the new moon or what. But anyway, so the 13th on Wednesday is both the first new moon and the Ides of January. I don't know if that's going to be important or not, but there you go. That's something I discovered while setting up for this coming week. Also, if you got like a crap ton of notifications from me, I apologize because I, brain dead as I was, apparently scheduled 4 videos for today. So I had my quarter 4 come out this morning at 10, my quarter 4 in 2020 analytics video. So that's about 16 minutes long. And then I scheduled the 3 heartbeat timers to go live at 1:30 so I could use them today. And so there were essentially 4 videos that popped up prior to this live stream. So I guess I have 5 videos today, technically. I don't know if that's gonna like mess with like how YouTube sees me. They're like, oh, you can do 5 videos a day. All right, any day you don't do that. No, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But Charlie is here. Hey, welcome. And Charlie was first today. Megan is here. Hello. Kaylin is here. Hello. Welcome. Kai says, hey, yeah, just getting your soup and then you'll be with us. All right. What kind of soup do you have? My mom and dad had chicken noodle soup for lunch. I had a veggie burger because it was tasty. Sonia is here. Hello. And B.A. Pascar is here. Speaking of B.A. Pascar and timers, as well as Laura and timers, apparently, and I think Amber as well, I think we all put out timers for between yesterday and today. So there are plenty of new timers to use if you were getting bored with the old ones. Elizabeth is here. Hello! Thought you were going to get some writing done today, but you procrastinated on your lesson planning. So, yes, that has to happen eventually. But I have been in that same boat before. So Christina says, hey. And Ellie Vera, I saw you over on Amber's stream. You're popping over here now. Welcome. And Sam, hello. Writer Sam Wicker, welcome. A Quiet Life is here. Hello. Welcome. CB is here. Hello. And Vanya is here. Hello. You're making Sims closed captioning today. I think that's what that means. Hopefully you will finish quickly so you can do some writing. That would be nice. Also, if you find an easy and efficient way of doing closed captioning, please let us know because I have been rather daunted by trying to figure out closed captioning and how to add those to videos. So if you have tips and tricks, please let us know. MM Ward says, hello, lovely, great word count last year. Yes, so I revealed my total 2020 word count for what I had tracked, and it's a lot. So I revealed that in the analytics video, so it's a lot. It was almost a half mil wordy. So CB says, be right back, need to resubscribe to the St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. Your local chapel is totally bogus. Kaiget says homemade carrot, potato, and leek soup. Yum. That does sound delicious. And Devin says, howdy. Hannah says, hi, tad bit late as you didn't get the nudge from YouTube. Well, it's okay. Hopefully you will not be bombarded by all of the notifications at once from me. That would be good since there are so many of them today. Devin says, hi, Rockstar Hannah. And Courtney, hello. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Danielle is here. Hello. Okay, so it's not closed captioning, it's custom content. Okay, gotcha. Also still fun. And Hannah says, hi, Devin. And MM Ward says, I changed 10 instances of paper, rock, scissors to leather, stone, sword in 5 out of the 9 books. So that's essentially like two each book, relatively. So hopefully you don't have that many more. CB is back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I wanted to show you the new timer because I was excited and I figured out how to do a couple things, I thought. So I will show you the 15-minute one first. Make sure I've got the audio. Oops, nope, I forgot. I got to click the share the audio part of the screen. Okay, 15-minute timer. Check the box that says share audio. Share. Okay. So the heartbeat timers have that sort of like weird glow around them, and some of them have a slightly redder glow around the heart than this particular one. But I figured out I had to use PowerPoint to do it, but there is a pulse animation that essentially makes it do this. Isn't it cool? So I do have a slight heartbeat sound as the background noise for it. I tried to match it with the pulsing. I did my best. But so I have the audio is audible for the 15-minute and the 5-minute. The 25-minute one, however, I apparently accidentally lowered the volume too much. It's still audible if you have your headphones in and you have your sound turned up pretty significantly. So it's still there, but it's very faint and it does not come across at this sort of like speaker level when it's at regular like audio heights, I guess. But this was sort of the theme that Laura mentioned in, I think it was Friday's stream. And I was like, oh, that's an idea. I think I could maybe do that because I had envisioned that sort of like pulsing motion. And so I was really excited to be able to figure out how to do it. So that's why I went ahead and I made all 3, despite like having a different video that I intended to edit this weekend. So anyway, but yes, so we will use the new heartbeat timers today just to kind of play around with them. And then we can maybe try out some of Laura's new timers and B.A. Pascar's new timers. So yes, there we go. That's what the little mini preview of the timer is. And since I have the audio shared, if I mute myself, you won't be able to hear me, but you should still be able to hear the heartbeats. If that's annoying, feel free to mute me. Also, the end chime, let's see. So instead of a wind chime thing, I essentially set it to speed the heartbeat up. And so it gets really, really fast and then goes silent, which might be kind of creepy. I don't know. But that's kind of how I set it up to be. So let's give it a listen so you kind of can tell. So it's a little faster, but it's just that change in sound to kind of perk up your ear if you have been listening to it and kind of enter that that state of mind. So yeah. So that's kind of where it is. Okay, I will stop being so crazy about my timer. So let me pop back to the chat real quick. CB is back. CB says, I'm trying to think what pranks a 9-year-old would play on her almost stepmother. Does she like her almost stepmother or no? Probably things that would require stepmother to clean a lot, like make a whole bunch of messes. So, yay! Thank you. Yes, so I tried to do a different background to where the social media things were at the bottom. So yeah, so it's a little bit more Galaxy-esque. There's Hannah's band. Yay! Oh, good. I'm glad you like the timers. Yay! You like the background? Make that into a timer with the circles turning. I might be able to do that if I could find the circles in a vector format. I might be able to do that. Good thing. Good thinking. I will hopefully be able to do that. Actually, never mind. Maria isn't going to pull any pranks. Okay, good. Yay. Cool. The cardiac alert tone would be alarming. Yeah, so I didn't want to do that. So I just made it speed up and then go silent. So that also could be creepy, but yeah, you know. Like the Simpsons episode, dump, 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 beep. Yes. MM Ward suggests glue in the shoes, glitter in the overnight bag. Ooh, that would be mean. Itching powder in the makeup. Yeah, that would be real bad, especially if you put that around the eyes. Ooh. Hair remover in the hair conditioner. Ooh. Yeah, those would be all good, very mean pranks. Tina is here. Hello, welcome. Elvira says, you like the idea, something kind of similar to Tish's timer. Yeah. Yeah, Tish is so cool. All right, so I'm going to stop being distracted now, and I'm going to set us up for the first timer, first sprint. We are going to be using the 15-minute timer to get us into the vibe of things. So let's go ahead and do your reminders. Reminders first. 1, save your document. 2, have something to hydrate with. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, do the posture check. And 4, if you need a snack or a longer stretch break, go get one. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, that's the end of the first timer. Hooray! So I started brainstorming, and then I started drafting because I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna draft. So that's what I have begun to do. But I think I'm attempting to be more careful with my drafting rather than just zero drafting. So that is happening. So I have 1, 2, 3. I'm in the 4th paragraph now. And I had decided that today I would be focusing on 2 things only. And that would be my my main fantasy work in progress, or my fantasy short story, or not fantasy, my holiday short stories, because I have been attempting to do the sort of like 10 block time tracking thing. It's turned out to be many more than 10 blocks, but based on sort of like the visual and how much I've tracked, those are the only 2 things that I have not yet worked on this week, which, okay, I had to like redo the whole page like I don't know how many times. So essentially this is what it became as of yesterday. And so then yesterday I finally was just like, screw it, I need a better way to look at it. So I changed it from portrait to landscape, essentially, because I was accomplishing so many things and doing so many tasks between Friday and Saturday. So, but because of that, I was able to see which 2 projects I had not worked on yet this week. So that's what I'm doing today. Is I'm working on the holiday shorts, and so hopefully I will get enough progress that I'm satisfied with it, and then I can switch over to the Project Gray. But that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So let's see where we are. And okay, so Laura arrived. Hello, welcome. And Tanya is here. Hello, just popping in for a moment. You like the heartbeat. Yay! I'm glad. Okay, so Devin saying hi. Tanya was asking if the beating is distracting. So just part of the way that my brain works is if it's a lower sound, if it's more of a percussion sound, my brain enjoys it. I mean, not necessarily like the snare drum, that's that like sort of high-pitched rattle, but the lower end of the sound spectrum, the bass, more bass-like beats, my brain finds pretty meditative. But if you find it distracting, feel free to mute the timers, or use some of the other timers, because I don't want it to be distracting for you. But the 25-minute one, the audio is too low to really hear, so that one might be the one that you go to then if you like the heart pulsing visuals but not the sound. So CB says the Simpsons episode you were referring to is called Lisa's Rival, You Think, and it's the one with the dioramas. Sonia says, I thought I lost my document. I found it, luckily. Oh, good. I'm glad you found it. Hooray. Charlie says, I have started composing an original song. Yay! Excellent. That is awesome, Charlie. And CB says, I got 139 words. I had to look up homeschooling standards for California and New York. There's the thing. And then whether or not, I don't know if you have homeschooling, but the child is shuttling between 2 different states. I would think that the child would have to have a permanent address in one of the states rather than in both. And they would generally, I think, have to choose which education system or which education guidelines to follow. I think they would have to choose one rather than going with both, because chances are they're not the same. So Elizabeth says, got lost in a documentary, which turned out to be unusable. Oh no, I hate when that happens. Hello to Charlie. And Ellie Vera says to Tanya, I sort of did, so you lowered the sound a bit while putting the music on so it's not as distracting. Okay. Okay. Ellie says, I've been brainstorming as well for one of your projects. Woohoo! CB was also singing along at the top of your voice to The Room Where It Happened from Hamilton. A good choice. Megan says, I'm super unhappy with my writing right now. Oh no! So you're focusing on improving your writing. Hopefully that will help. Emmett Ward says, 109 and started a bath. Your back is spasming to the point where you can't walk. Oh no. Epsom salts, CB votes, is good for bad backs. Emmett Ward says, I am sad that you are unhappy with your writing, Megan, and I hope that you can find your bliss again. Yes. Kaylin got 158 words this sprint. Yay. MM Ward says, to MM Ward, Megan says thanks. And MM Ward says, I feel like I am brining myself. Yeah, a little bit. Jen asks if there's anything in particular that you're unhappy with for the writing, Megan. So maybe you can get some advice from the chat. And writer Sam Wicker says 135 words that time. Courtney says, I like the heartbeat. Yay. MM Word says, I slipped on the ice. Oh no. And fell carrying feed and warm water to the goats. You didn't spill anything, but you twisted your lumbar. Oh, I'm sorry. That must hurt. CB says, I know that feeling when you were dancing. You used to have a bath with Epsom salts after class. Gotcha. Fanya says, I find it a little distracting since you tend to like listening to music while writing. Gotcha. Okay. Megan says, I'm not just writing at the level I would like to be writing at. There are too many issues with you writing to list, but you are focusing on learning and growing. Gotcha. Well, and are you looking at the first draft thinking, why isn't this a finished draft? Because that's always a process. But yeah. But that's one of the reasons why I'm slowing down and not doing sort of like zero drafting. I'm trying to be a little bit more considerate of the sentence structure and word choices as I write, because I have found that as much as I like zero drafting, and zero drafting is good for when I have like a ton of thoughts that need to get onto paper, but zero drafting is not as good when I want to be a little bit more considerate, or for short stories. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm being a little bit more cognizant of my writing this draft than I would normally be, I think. Tanya says, I recommend yours and Charlie's channels on your live stream this morning. Oh, yay. I hope we could get a few more viewers coming your way. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always nice to find more writing friends. CB says, she started school in New York and she now lives in California. She was homeschool co-op in New York. Okay. Jen says, I think that you will transition through writing all the time. Megan, you'll get there. Yeah, there are definitely ebbs and flows for how we feel about writing, for sure. But Charlie says, thank you, Tanya. 50s Iron Guy Films says, do you know any resources for researching for a story? I think that kind of depends on the subject and the thing that you need to research for your story. Because if you need to research, say, the science of possible engine propulsion using different types of fuel, there would be, for like a starship or something, that you would have to go down a different avenue for research than you would for, say, if you need historical and political movements, or how dynasties fought each other and that kind of thing. Factions. I'm thinking of like the epic battles of like the Middle Ages and all that kind of stuff. I say epic, but not really, you know. So I think that depends on the type of research that you need. If you are researching like publishing information, that's another avenue as well. So Jen says, is there anything you can't write, Charlie? The answer to that is no. Charlie can do anything Charlie wants to. Kai says, I completely agree. Just hope you don't feel any pressure like a deadline, Megan. That's brutal. Yeah. Deadlines are also. Ward says, Kate Kavanaugh recommended the writing lecture series by Brandon Sanderson. Yes, and I find that also fascinating, for sure. Megan says, no pressure or deadlines. I just can't seem to write as much as you would like. Gotcha. If it's a time thing, then maybe start snatching 5 minutes here and there, like while you're waiting for the water to boil for tea or something, that kind of thing. Ward says, I'm going to give them a look this week. There are quite a bit because he has done the lecture series for so long. So there's quite a bit, but yes. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the chat. Good. Okay. So CB says, homeschool co-oping is not an option in California, you don't think? I'm sure there probably is at some point. You saved the playlist to watch. Yay. Trying to get a lot more witty dialogue than before, but alas, deadlines. Yes. CB says, wit requires watching a lot of comedies. Yes, for sure. And the type of wit that you prefer also might dictate some of the comedies. And so I find, a lot of times I find British humor a lot more fun than some of American humors. So that I usually watch more British comedies than I do American. Just cause. Word says, to Jen, the eternal battle between telling a story and showing a story. Yes, very true. Lexus says, hello. How are you? Charlie says, to Jen, a cure for the suffering of the world, although that hasn't stopped. Oh, as to what you can't write. Though that hasn't stopped you from trying. Well, it's not that it's not a cure, it's that nobody else is listening. Right? Ward says, Charlie is amazing. Accept our praise. Aw, yeah, they're so fun. You don't think Tony would want to send Maria to a homeschool co-op in California because he doesn't trust easily. You're the opposite. You watch a lot more American comedies than you do British. Senses of humor are varied as well, so that's what happens. All right, let's switch. And this time we'll do the 25-minute. So the audio for this is very quiet. So if the heartbeat was distracting to you, it is not going to be as audible this time. If you have headphones in, you will still probably be able to hear it pretty faintly, but it is a much quieter heartbeat. In fact, you may not be able to hear it all, but it is there, I promise you. So that's just how this one wound up. And it took like 2 hours to render, and I'm not going to do it again. I'm just not. All right, buttons. Oh, I forgot to hit the share audio. Why is my mouse not working? Okay, stop sharing it. Share it again. Make sure I hit the button for. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Okay. I think I've got it set up now. I hope. Okay, so your reminders. 1, save your document. 2, drink something. I have water. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, do a posture check. 4, if you need to take a longer break or get a snack, please do so. Those are your 4 reminders, and we can now begin. Nope, wrong one. There we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the end of the 25-minute sprint. I think I will need to sort of quiet this one down because I think it's got the audio. So I'll turn that down just a wee bit. Okay, how did we do? I got sidetracked. I wanted to double check some of like peerage rankings and like at which level do you call the children honorable versus lord and lady, or at which level do they drop down to miss. So I needed to check some of that, so I've done that, and I think I've got all of the sort of like double checking done that I want. Excuse me. So I can now sort of move on, because I was trying to consider which rank I wanted some characters to be. So yeah, so I've got that all sort of written down, which at some point I know I had probably copy pasted that information into some sort of, okay, yes, I will turn that, I will just mute it. There we go. There we go. So so I did like 2 paragraphs and then I got sidetracked by the research. So yeah, but I feel like that's still progress. And copy pasting information does not seem to set it in my brain the same way that writing it down does. Stretch. This is your stretch reminder if you have not done a full stretch, or at least like a fuller arm motion thing. Let's see. So Laura is making a super secret journal or scrapbook for your nephew for your sister. Might be a Christmas thing, might be a birthday thing. Probably Christmas is what you say. That's so nice. Also, yes, tomorrow Laura has the normal live stream, but it's also a celebratory live stream because one of Laura's stories is going to be in an anthology. Yay! And that anthology launches tomorrow. Hooray! Vanya says, I finished my Sims objects and made some progress reading and editing. Nice. Jen got 480. Excellent. Courtney got some reading done. Might write during the next sprint, but you are feeling very uninspired. Oh no. I'm sorry. Hopefully that inspiration will come back. 50s Iron Guy Films says, boy, it's easier to get writer's block for the second draft. That is true. Sonia says 159 words that sprint. Excellent. Kai moved onto proofreading your proofreading course. Not sure why you can't concentrate on your novel this week. Yeah, concentration is in short supply. You're welcome. And Ellie Vera says, I'm still brainstorming. Nothing wrong with that. Elizabeth says, found a totally awesome TED Talk about a foreigner's perspective on Norwegians. It fits perfectly. Yay! I'm glad you found something. Charlie says, I started the next 4-bar loop. Ooh, nice. And B.A. Pascar has been shopping. You added something to your Amazon wish list. Nice. Very nice. And Megan was also brainstorming ideas for new projects. Well, since we were talking about new projects, the video that I have yet to edit is about the Spirit Animal Oracle deck that I got. And I have unboxed it. I filmed my unboxing and my reactions. And the card that I pulled for today, let me pull this, do these. And maybe this too. There we go. So the card that I pulled today is the Electric Eel Spirit, which is just bring your ideas to life. And so when I read the message, it was seemingly out of nowhere The jolt of the electric eel spirit appears to awaken you to a big idea that you were meant to explore. Epiphanies and aha moments are gifted to you now, so celebrate. Your life has the potential for profound transformation. Inspiration arises in you, electrifying you so that you can't wait to get started bringing your idea to life. The revelations you experience now are meant to set you on a new path, so do not be afraid to act. Explore, examine, and do not fear the changes that may come. Now is a thrilling time for epiphanies, inspired ideas, and innovation. So there you go. So it's a good day for new ideas and brainstorming and things. They do have sort of like a, if you pull this in the inverse, let me pause, I think. What did I do? I don't know. We're just going to move this. Okay. So if you had pulled this in, if I had pulled this in the opposite direction, it would be that you needed to have time for ideas need to percolate, and they rarely download in detailed form. Have you too quickly dismissed an epiphany because you couldn't see where it might lead you? Have you rushed to follow the muse without taking time to contemplate the meaning of your aha moment? Perhaps your dream will take a different form than you first imagined, morphing into something else that is even better. So essentially, it is a time for new ideas. So get the new ideas out. And then if you were thinking that a relatively new idea wouldn't work out, maybe you should rethink that, according to the electric eel spirit, that is. So I think that's a good spirit animal card to pull for the day. So that's sort of, I'm trying to get used to the cards. They're rather large. So here's my hand behind it for reference. Like, it's very large. Here's a quarter. Like, it's rather wide for my hand. So shuffling is a thing. But yeah, so it's very pretty. So all of you who are going brainstorming new ideas, that's what's happening. The electric eel has some electricity and sparks for you. M.M. Ward says, I am properly brined. Please throw me on the grill. L.E. Vera asks, what's the best thing that you found from the TED Talk? Good question. M.M. Ward says, now back to writing the filler chapter you need before the next big conflict in the story. The deck is so pretty. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so pretty. And I was super, super glad to pick it up. So, yes. I was trying to remember. So the this is one that I showed y'all from the Colette Baron Reed website. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Where you try some of the decks for free for like digital pulls. So if you need some Oracle cards, or you are contemplating getting Oracle cards, but you don't want to like get them yet for whatever reason, for budget, for just like, I don't know if these are the things. So the website has 3 different decks that you can try. This is the one that I picked. So if you click on the deck, it gives you a stack of the cards. And then you click on the deck so it expands. And then you choose 3 different cards. And then you scroll down. And they give you the 3 cards that you chose. And so you can go back to number 1. And that would be the hummingbird spirit. And so this tells you what the positive message of the, since it's upright, of the card would be. And whoops, oops, oops. And then the beaver spirit, because he's upside down, they give you that sort of like inverse message. So they're just absolutely gorgeous. I love them. I'm super excited to be playing with them. And you don't have to do that. So I'm not sponsored. I'm not affiliated. I was just like, oh, I can try these for free. Excellent. I will do that. So let me put the link in the chat for you in case you want to try them for free. And I just kept going back to the website to see if I liked more than the initial cards that I had pulled. And I decided that since I liked them so much, it was worth the money to buy the box. And the box set is $30 US, $40 Canadian. So it's a chunk of money. It's not much different from like a tarot. So, okay. You are back. You are asking family members for more photos. And also, Laura, how did the writing go last night? Elivira said, to Elivira, Elizabeth says that Norwegians have a need for a lot of personal space. Like if you come to a bus stop and someone sits on the bench, you cannot sit there as well. I'm not sure that's limited to just Norwegians. I think that's kind of in a lot of places in the world. There's a lot of people that don't care to be in somebody else's or have other people in your personal bubble. And like doubly and triply so for pandemic times. CB got 255. Maria got changed into an electric blue long sleeve catsuit type costume with what looked like red rail pistons on them. Just sat there brainstorming. Yes. You are part Norwegian as well. Nice. Good to know. Yes. You did some lab training in Finland and you find that they have very similar mindset too. Not a problem at all, as you're pretty much the same. Yeah. Yeah. Elizabeth says it was kind of mind-blowing since I didn't think of it at all, and poor foreigners think we're super rude. No, I don't think it's rude. I just think it's like personal bubbles. So we are wondering where Jen is from. And Shay, hello, how are you? I hope you are doing well. And I hope that your short story writing is also going well. So if y'all did not know, Cachet is doing an experiment to write 52 short stories in the year, so one a week. And so Saturdays is when Cachet does the short story Saturdays, I think. So, it's the triple S thing that trips me up, but yes. So, MM Ward says, hello. Jen says, I was referring to the personal space a bit, but you wouldn't be surprised if there was a little of that going on as well. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it was fun. I wasn't there the whole time because I was trying to edit and render everything, but I did get to go for a little bit, so. Honorary Norwegian, yay! Okay, so I want to use one of Laura's new timers cause I do. And so let me get that all set up. And Laura's timers do have music, so I will share with the audio, and I will also share the link to the timer in the chat so that you can go over and give it a like if you would care to do so. Let's make this bigger. And I think actually this is her whole playlist. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we are set up now. What sprint are we on? Is this number 3? I think so. I think so, yes. Okay, so this will be a 20 minutes, so it's a little shorter than Pomodoro, but that's okay because my brain is apparently not able to focus on one thing at all today. So, your reminders. 1, save your document. 2, drink something. We've been here for a while now, so drink something. 3, straighten your shoulder and roll your shoulders back to do a posture check. And 4, if you need to get up and go get a snack or have a longer stretch, please do so. Those are your 4 reminders, and we can now get started. In 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that was Laura's first. Let's see. Okay, I want to try and pop that back out because I have her whole playlist of timers pulled up so that we can choose amongst them. So we might do the snowflake next, but I will set things up while we chat for a minute. How'd we do? So I did go and get another glass of water. So I finished the one that I was drinking earlier, and so I've now refilled it. So I'm good to go and stay hydrated for even longer. I have rearranged my document so that I have my ideas for the framework up top, and then I have my brainstorming ideas for all of the different holidays. And then I have the report from our holiday Cupid intern. And then I have the beginnings of this first story, which will be, I think, New Year's. So that is there. That's what I've been doing. I am 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm like maybe somewhere between 10 and a dozen paragraphs in ish. Some of it is dialogue, some of it is action. I'm trying to weave some of the background in, but not have it be info dumpy, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I'm also trying to make sure that I have this, like each sentence be pretty concise, because my natural inclination initially is to have like long, convoluted, crazy sentences, and they're just not that easy to read. If I'm being honest, my natural inclination for when I initially write things. And so I'm making a concerted effort to have a more concise sentence structure so that things are a little bit more clear and easily understood. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's see how the chat is doing. So we had a couple people pop in. Okay, so Ellie Vera has praise for Laura's timer. The music is so relaxing. And Lizzie is here. Hello. You're going to be doing a Spanish on the floor because you can't focus on your bed. Yeah, beds tempt you to nap. And your kitten will abuse you downstairs. Oh no, don't do that. And Devin says, hi, Dr. Lizzie. The guy with all the links. Yes. Ooh, you're getting chilies today. Nice. Laura says, Lizzie, yay! Lizzie plays with Beanie Boos instead of doing work that's due after dinner. Yeah, that's about how life goes sometimes. But hopefully we can sort of help keep you back on track with another sprint. So Tessa says, sorry you're late. No worries there. Pain and sleeping issues cause you grief. Hard to feel like writing right now. You've been recording these shorts. You will be sprinting after this stream and to see what happens. Okay, so are you streaming at 5 again? So I'll need to fetch the link then. So that'll... you used Laura's timers last night. They're very nice, and you do love the music. Not distracting at all. No, they're very nice. I like them. Lovely timers created by a lovely person. Yes. And Autumn is here. Hello, how are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And hellos. Ward says to Tessa, I hope you feel better. Yes, absolutely. And Megan says, I've decided to come up with a writing lesson plan for yourself. You're just doing research to see what you want to include. Nice. I can't, did you get the Anatomy of Prose that Laura had recommended? There was one other one, but I can't remember. Off the top of my head. I will have to see what I've got in my shelf for recommendations, but I will come back to that in a little bit. Christina is editing a chapter, and you got about 140-ish words added. Nice. The frost bubble one is pretty. Yes, it is. Should we do that one instead? Should we do the frost bubble? Because I think it's also 20 minutes. We'll fix that. You have spent the last sprint cooking. Nice. I like cooking too. Elizabeth fell down a rabbit hole of researching positive and negative sides with different cultures meeting each other. 1.5 hours planned. Nice. Very nice. Yes. One thing that might be of use to you, there are... I know that there are presentations on culture shock for students who are planning to travel abroad. So some universities have like lectures that are filmed or blog posts that are put together about how to approach the culture that you will be entering when it is not something that you are familiar with. And so some of the things that might shock you, et cetera, et cetera. So it might be interesting to have a look on maybe like your local university Department of Study Abroad or international education websites, to their web pages, to see if they have any sort of like onboarding presentations or culture shock, like what to expect type of things. Sonia, 244. Nice. Very nice. Lizzie did 3 Spanish questions and played with your Beanie Boos, pretending your washi tape was a cake that had the inside missing, and a fight started between the owl and the cat who ate the cake. Ooh, nice. I like stuffed animals. Stuffed animal, I like, as you can tell, like stuffed animals were my childhood. So, we will get started with another sprint just shortly, I promise, but let me pop through some of these chats. So Courtney got 608. Nice. Kind of getting into the flow. Excellent. Yes. Laura was struggling with a section that you thought was a little blah. You think you got it all sorted now. Excellent. Yay for progress. B.A. Pascar moved around some scenes to make the story flow better. Excellent. Making things better. Devin says, I wouldn't recommend eating washi tape. No. No, probably not. But for pretend, why not? Hannah just got back from running. Ooh, nice. So 1 A4 page for you. Lovely timer. Yes, that is one of Laura's. She's very good. I like them. MM Ward says, trying to decide if I need to add appendixes to your sci-fi stuff. Maybe. That's not an answer, but maybe. Washi tape is edible for stuffed animals. Yes, but it probably gets stuck to their fur. You think appendixes in sci-fi always feels more authentic. True. CB says 1,055, but most of that was cut and paste. But that means most of it was good. Good enough to keep. Nice. So John, welcome. Yes, I sprint on Sundays until 5 p.m., which is just over an hour from now. So we will have at least 2 more sprints, maybe a third. So that is the schedule. So yes. Okay, good. Excellent. And yes, Devin has playlists for each day for the live streams that are happening. And Devin is really, really good and awesome about updating them. So make sure you check Devin's playlist out. Okay, good. Yes. So maybe sort of go back to your notes if you took notes on the anatomy of prose and sort of like see which of those things you want to highlight. Yes, absolutely. The playlists are so good. Okay, good. I'm glad that was an idea that sparked some good things. Okay, so let's do the ice bubble from Laura. Again, this one has, I forgot to click the button to share the audio. Let's do that. Stop that. Share it again. Make sure we click the button for share audio. Here we go. Okay. All right. Now we are set up. So your reminders, once again. 1, save your document if you haven't in a while. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back to do a posture check. And 4, if you need a longer stretch break or you need a snack, make sure you take one or go get one. Those are your 4 reminders. And let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the end of that sprint. How'd you do? I have reconfigured some things within the story. I have put in some background information. It's making progress. It's making progress. So there is that. Okay, so we had lots of talk of food. We had talk of broken eggs. Oh no, we had talk of dinner. Hannah had to leave to go get dinner. CB says, I'm thinking of making a 3-cheese omelet. Laura is eating carnitas and rice. And we're making Lizzie hungry, and then Lizzie's dinner arrived, and Laura says, my little photo printer has stopped working. No! Oh no! That's sad, because I know that you have been using that to make the pictures for your scrapbooking and journaling. So CB says, should I off Linda McMahon, however you pronounce her last name, or have her and Vince get divorced or lose the business, or I would think maybe not off her, but I don't know what vibe your story is headed for. So Tessa says, thank you to M.M. Ward. And John got some editing done, some good editing done, which is awesome. It's even better. And Tessa has been brainstormed some YouTube shorts and wrote them out. Under 60 seconds is hard. Yes. Yeah, and I always sort of mess up those little short time frames. So yeah. Ellie Vera says, I finished making dinner, so more dinner talk. Chicken and oyster sauce with stir-fried broccoli and coconut rice. John says, I would vote against the music. It bothers you. You put this channel on mute, but then you didn't hear the sound when it's over. Yes, so I've been just recently trying out audio with timers, but generally I have my timers muted or that they don't have sound at all. So, but yeah, if the music bothers you, please know that you are free to mute it or turn the audio down or whatnot. So Megan says, I downloaded Strunk's Elements of Style so you can work on your writing. Excellent. Always a good one. I want to say I have 2 copies of that somewhere. I don't actually know where they are. The Shadow's Lair. Hello, welcome. And Charlie says, I am on the last 2 bars of the 12-bar loop. Nice. Laura says, it's bedtime for me. Good night, everyone. Good night. Have a nice evening. Kai says, started my final assignment. Oh, yay. And trying not to freak out over it. You've got this. You can do it. Inman Ward says, good job to Tessa for figuring out the shorts. CB says, well, I learned something earlier today about Mrs. however you say her last name that I apparently cannot pronounce. There's a lot of this. Actions have consequences going on in the world at the moment. Inman Ward says, listening to Eve talking while writing, then skipped ahead on her stream replay. Shadow's Lair says, yes, I've been preferring timers without audio. Sound is sensory. Got your Clever Fox planner yesterday. Ooh. You will have to tell us how your Clever Fox planner is. I want this. So since we have requested some timers without sound, I think I will go fetch the penguins, our lovely penguin friends. And here we go. Okay, so the next timers will not have sound. So you can feel free to write in silence or write with your own music, whatever your heart desires. Although I think we might go for Pete the Pomodoro Penguin instead of one of the shorter or longer one. Now we just have to wait for the screen to adjust itself so I can pause it. Maybe. There we go. All right, Pete, we will have you ready to go when we are finished with the chat. So M.M. Ward says, thinking about starting the Brandon Sanderson sci-fi writing lectures, but really just procrastinating. Sometimes that's how it feels. M.M. Ward says, I'm not enjoying the Clever Fox planner. It's a lot of busy work at the moment. Gotcha. Courtney says 503, the rewrite is flowing so much better than the first draft. You were glad that you ended up replotting the whole story. Sometimes that makes a difference. Nicole says, yeah, see, even when I see it separated, I'm like, is it McMay or McMah, or I don't know. So I will have to Google her name and pronunciation a little bit later, and I just keep forgetting to do so. Shadow's Lair says, I love penguins. Recently got a stuffed one. Yes. We have always had, or I say we, it's my brother. My brother's had the stuffed penguins. One of his first stuffed animals as a child was a penguin. We called him Ping. And he is well loved. So Ellie Vera says, that's it for me. Hope you've all been productive. Unless you catch us after dinner, good night. We'll have a fun time. Yes, so we will now have the Pomodoro Penguin timer. The eldest cat is trying to lay on your keyboard. Oh no! All right. Your planner is so exciting to look at. Ooh. You know, that doesn't help a whole lot because Irish pronunciation is weird sometimes. You may actually work on it during the sprint. Excellent. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and switch this to the writing sprint time. So here are your reminders. 1, save your document. 2, drink something. 3, straighten your spine, do a posture check. And 4, if you need a snack or a longer walk, make sure you take one. And make Pete bigger. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. That is the end of Pete the Pomodoro Penguin's timer, not the end of him. But the good news is I have found some more penguins, with some of them with like chocolate boxes for Valentine's Day, and I did find some with like Easter bunny ears and a basket of eggs. So I can make a couple more penguin timers for the springtime. So that is also fun. How did I do? I think I wrote maybe somewhere around like 300-ish. Again, like I'm trying to be a lot more cognizant of my sentence structure and of dialogue and things like that. So I'm trying not to have like crap zero draft, essentially is what I'm attempting to do. So I've gotten a decent start, I think, for this particular short story. I'm setting things up. I may be spending too much time setting up rather than going into more action. But if this is intended to be a short story and this is like first draft of short story, then I think it's fine for the moment. Yeah, so save your document now that we're done. Excuse me. Let's find my sprint cheat sheet. Okay. So that we can do that. And Elizabeth says, 90% done with my lessons. Thought it would be a good idea to check my work mail. Ooh, no, no, no. Don't do that, folks. Yeah, don't do that. Nookish exception. It's snowing. Emma Ward says, I can send you some more snow. Devin says, me too. Take mine. Take my snow. It's not snowing here. In fact, all of the cloud cover has now cleared up and we now have blue skies. So that means it'll probably take a temperature dive this morning or this evening. Easter bunny penguins. Yes, there will be some Easter bunny penguins eventually. I will get to them. Shadow Slayer says, I filled out some of my planner. Be right back on the phone. Nice. Tessa says, writing up what to say on YouTube Shorts. Made a list of car repairs since it has to go into the shop as well. That is always a good thing to do, is make a list of the things that you want to be done or things that need to be checked. What am I looking for? Tessa's. I'm looking for Tessa's. Here we go. Copy that link so I can put it into the parade. John, it has to go. You like the quiet sprints as well. Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you for joining us. CB says 220 words, almost at 25K. I don't know how much I'm at it for the month. It's less than I want. I know that. So Laura says, my new journals came. Yay, your first ever Archer and Olive. Ooh, you'll have to give us a review. Like, probably once you've properly used it, you know, how much you like it or don't, one or the other. Hopefully you like it. CB says, Anna just snuck another 24 words, taking you to 25,020 words. Very nice. Very nice. Bay Pascar says, more organizing of scenes. Excellent. MM Ward votes for bikini penguins for summer. I don't know that I have seen like summer themed penguins. I could be mistaken. There might have been one in like swim trunks with a surfboard. I will have to go look that up again. CB says, laugh. Lol. You have started assembling the song. Yay! 4th of July penguins. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to go back and look at the other seasonal penguins because I'm not sure which seasons they were all told. Because at the point that I started searching for penguins, I was only looking for sort of like winter and Christmas penguins. Although I did find a wizard penguin that I thought was cute, and I couldn't I just couldn't not save him. I saved him. He was very cute. So I have a wizard and a fairy penguin at some point. Those timers will happen. So Nicole says, I'm reading Vampire Academy fan fiction. Ooh, nice. CB says, tasteful ones. Tasteful 4th of July penguins. I'm not sure those concepts go together, but yeah. Stacy says, need on with a birthday cake and presents. Nice. Elizabeth, got to go and make some hot chocolate after that mail check. Yes, please do. You're welcome for the spreads. Yay for new journals. Megan started reading Strunk's Elements of Style. And MM Ward says, yay, Charlie, when do we get the vinyl? CB says, or cats. Cats could be cute for 4th of July. We will see what kind of cute vectors I can find, vector images that would then I can pop into a Canva thumbnail thing, because that's the easiest thing to make it in is Canva. So make the background anyway, not the actual the timer code I'm still working on, because I'm still trying to figure out a way for the numbers not to sort of twitch. I don't know. Am I the only one that bothers? Okay, so just in case you feel like watching it, here's the link to my Q4 and 2020 analytics video. It was fun to make and fun to look back at the numbers. So there you go. Here is Devon's playlist. Here is the playlist of Laura's timers. And we also have one that I did not get to today, but B.A. Pascar has a 10-minute snow timer. Is Mallory Cooper still streaming? Yeah, okay. It says yes, so I will put the link to her channel just in case. Mallory streams pretty regularly until about 5, sometimes a little after. Morgan Hazelwood has the lazy afternoon write-ins starting at 4:30, so it would have started about half an hour ago. And Tessa is going to start shortly. And Pages of Haley, that's more on the BookTube side of things, but she's doing some reading sprints, which you could also use for writing sprints. And that's at 7 p.m. These are all Eastern times. And Julie with Pages and Pens is at 8 p.m. tonight. I think that might be it, because I checked Moon Bunny Creative with Sage. I checked her channel, their channel, and I did not see a stream for tonight with Moon Bunny Creative. So I don't know if there's a stream at 10 p.m. on Moon Bunnies. So I think I remembered there was not going to be one, but I can't remember. Okay, let's pop back up and read a couple of these from in between. The link parade. Yes, tasteful. Is that an oxymoron? Have I ever tried to write a screenplay? Yes and no. So I have attempted to sort of rewrite a script, and I do not do well at condensing. Hence why it takes me so long to write concisely, and I did very poorly at it, shall we say, because I was trying to do like an adaptation, a much more shorter adaptation for the classroom, and it was just not good. So, I mean, I might try it again at some point, but at the moment, not so much. Charlie says, vinyl. I wonder how much that would cost to press some. It's a very good question. So there's my Q4 and 2020 analytics. Nookish Exception says, I don't know whether to read more of The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky or a romance book that utilizes being snowed in to force two characters into close proximity. Decisions. You could flip a coin. Heads would be, well, you could do heads or tails. I don't know whether The Idiot should be the heads or if it should be the tails. But then again, you know, two characters in close proximity. Also, again, not sure whether that should be heads or tails. So if you're looking for some sort of association there. Yeah, so the program that I use, essentially, like, it has the full, like, hours, minutes, seconds, and then frames. And so you essentially sort of like close off to where it only shows the minutes and seconds. But it's still like it's weird. I don't know. So I'm going to have to fiddle with that. So there is B.A. Pascar's. There is Laura Nettles' playlist. There's Mallory. There's Morgan. There's Tessa's. There's Pages of Haley. And there's Pages and Pens. Okay, so Little Forest Tomes is tonight. I did not find that. Okay, and Sage is moving completely to Twitch for live streams. Okay, good to know. I think, do I have Sage's Twitch link? Do I have? I do not. Why do I not have it? I have an empty space next to Moon Bunny Creative's name. So I apparently meant to go fetch that link, but I do not have it. Anyway, that is sort of that's going to be it for me today. I am pleased with the progress I have made. It's been slow progress, but it is progress. So thank you for that. I will be back Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday again on 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. So I will see y'all later. Bye.